one of the things I told people when I made that decision to leave, there is a part of me that's breathing a huge sigh of relief. And that is because I have become involved in so many causes. I call it quicksand. You get in, and the more you try to get out, the further down you go, and you just kind of get sucked in. I have become involved in United Churches of Lycoming County. Well, it's a wonderful cause. People don't know. They provide all the worship services in the nursing homes and in the prisons, and they do. They coordinate Shepherd of the Streets and the food pantry, the footsteps in Saturday's newspaper. There's just a lot of things that they coordinate that people don't realize. It's a very valuable service, and we've always in the past, we relied on donations from churches, and we all know churches are hurting themselves. So we need to go out to individuals, and especially we're trying to find those folks that will say, well, I don't believe in organized religion, or I just don't, and they're spiritual. There's many people out there, but do not attend a bricks and mortar church. So I would hope that we can find some of those folks, and I've gotten involved in fundraising for that group. And Habitat, we've done a Thrivent Build Habitat house last year. That was a phenomenal build. The donations came in, the work came in. There were days where we've had to ask people to actually lay off. We didn't need that many people. It was a wonderful experience. We're doing it again this year, and this year again we're getting good turnout. And there's so many causes, and they're good causes. There's so much that needs to be done out there. We need more people to dig in. There are people that go home at 5 o'clock at night and stay home every night, and people that go home Friday after work and don't leave again until Monday. We need those folks to come out and help, because and I can see it. I can see it in some of my friends, and they're just becoming overwhelmed. We need people. There are so many causes out there that more hands need to. They talk about too many cooks in the kitchen. Well, we certainly don't have that problem when it comes to some of our really good opportunities to serve our fellow people here.
And any comment about how God is changing your environment, or His hand on your... I know you're a very spiritual woman. Mm-hmm. Any comments on that?
God has been a very busy person. When my life, I call it suddenly single. Some of us become suddenly single, whether through death or divorce. Some of us, it's especially when it's not your choice, or you're not expecting it. I guess it's tough at any point, but so it'll be 5 years I became suddenly single. And from that very day on, I remember saying one day out loud to Him, I said, God, tell me what you want me to do, because this isn't looking good. I was never a believer in divorce. But He, approximately 2 days after I made that comment, took me by the hand and said, stand up, girl. And I have. And I try, if there's anything that I can do through my experience of becoming suddenly single, try to reach out to other women or men, because it's not a gender thing. If I can reach out to someone that's going through that, yes, it kind of refreshes the hurt, but it's a good hurt, and when you can see other people grow through it. But I have to say, He has been I've kept God very busy. And in fact, there's a couple of things that I have to tell you that people have shared with me. First of all, our dear Gwen Bernstein from United Churches, I cringe when I call down there, because I'm thinking, please please God, let Gwen answer that phone, because Gwen's answering machine, after you call down at United Churches, she'll tell you about the food pantry, and she'll tell you about the Shepherd of the Streets and their phone numbers. And then she'll say, may God bless you and use you in many ways. And I'm thinking, please don't bless me and use me anymore right now. Not this week. Give me next week. And so that's one of the things. And I remember Nessie Whaley one day had a prayer at one of our board meetings, and her prayer was about giving up your calendar to God. You know, give it up. God, take my calendar. And I thought, wow, this is really cool. Well, God took my calendar, just never gave it back. But, you know, those are things that, you know, I would think of as you're busy, and you think, sometimes you think, boy, we think we have problems, and there are people hurting out there. So there are just some. And then one day, Melody Russell from the center, we were together, a group of us, a great committee, putting together a fundraiser for the center and United Churches called the Amazing Grace Tour. Our first one will be happening this August. And we get together quite often to make the arrangements for this tour. And Melody Russell, one day, as she led the prayer, she says, "Dear God, it's us again." And I thought, yes, it is. You know, and so, yeah, God has played a great, and I feel for those people that don't have that in their life, because I can't imagine not having that. So thank you, God.